Okay, yeah, no, the traffic noise sucked. I should have recorded that video, and I sort of regret that. But and edited and checked it out, and, and that's why I made the presentations. But it was noisy inside, so I went outside, and then there was noisy outside. Okay, I'm gonna leave it that way in the spirit of no, you don't have to wear a tie. Okay. Now, one thing. Okay, so I've just ingested this, and uh, if I was going to show you, I should have been prepared. But so the thing about it is that uh, we'll be able to annotate things. So, for example, your response, um, Gary and Manham's response, it brings up various issues that can start to be annotated. And so the idea, part of the idea is that, see, there when you first have the interchange, there's thoughts sorted out, and then you realize, oh, they're going to stay in their position. Well, part of it is you have to realize you're not trying to convince them. And the other part is you have to realize, hey, you both did change, even though you didn't, convince each other, and you both changed. Maybe that each of you changed in a direction the other one didn't want, but it's more important if you change in a direction you want. I mean, the dangerous thing is if you find yourself changing in a direction you don't want, then you should, you know, distance yourself from that. So that's when the novelty. But the thing is, for continuing, there's a lot of silent people that come by. So part of the purpose is it is silent, that you can't really track. But the thing is, I'm not doing it for someone else, so I want to continue to feel productive. And I think once you have a long conversation with someone, the only way to become productive with it is to record certain aspects of it. And that's why we'll be able to annotate, and we'll see that, hey, one branch of this conversation went into this should become some sort of a performance art. And another one will come into that using your speech is fundamentally good, maybe even metaphysically. So these different branches will arise. So now on your little side comment on object, I know that objectivity is a point of view. It's intimately related to the concept of objects, which is why it's named objectivity. Okay, but yes, it's a point of view, and my denial of its possibility has to do not with the thing so much as the point of view. It's God's point of view. It's the point of view in which all the objects really are primary objects instead of reproductions like we reproduce them in our mind, okay, imperfectly. They're perfect themselves. And, relativity says that things are kind of blurry, more blurry than that. They're not so blurry that we can't reason with them. No, but they're blurry enough that the concept of objectivity isn't quite right. Relativity does plenty good for materiality. But these are the kinds of things we could debate. I mean, that is a relatively new one in a sense. I mean, we can talk about relativism going back, but I mean, it's just, uh, a century that we've really had to take relativism seriously in a material sense. And moral relativism, the nihilism, forget that. We didn't ever have to take that seriously. So I think I'm going to stick with this video. Thank you very much for your reply. We are we're going to try to, what I think we'll do is, so that we're not spinning our wheels, if we'll put it through this software that can make, like, build facts, FAQ, facts and things like this, and counterpoints. And when you see somebody just always talking bullshit, you can make a counterpoint. You can tag that with the name. The counterpoint might come up as a related counterpoint to something else just because of tags and other things. And this is what we'll have, a database where the interrelated structure of the comments. Now, for people that don't do videos, maybe you won't do a video as a reply to this, I am going to have it so that the comments eventually, at least some comments, are nodes in the conversation tree. And we'll also have it that you can make replies with media from other websites. But that's not my first priority. I'd like to get it to work just with YouTube. The YouTube comments might come in quicker because, I mean, I'm already using the YouTube API. I have the comments. They're easy to retrieve. Okay, so uh, this part of the debate I identify as that it has potential, and that it's on us to figure out how to actually make it fulfill its potential and not just be a bunch of bullshit. which I totally agree with. And actually, I tend to agree with Gary on these on this subject.